Hello, and welcome to the Mineral Collection at the Exhibit Museum of Natural History. Minerals are the building blocks of everything on Earth. They're in everything, from the rocks on the ground to even the bones in our bodies. If you look at the minerals inside the case, you see a lot of them, don't you? Each one is unique, each one has its own color and shape. Well, even though there are a lot of minerals in the case, this collection is actually really small compared to how many minerals have been discovered. Would you believe that there are more than 4,000 minerals on Earth? Are you interested in learning about some of them? Well, if you are, then continue listening and you will discover not just what these fascinating things called minerals are, but also what makes each mineral unique and why minerals are not rocks. Take another look into the mineral case. What do these minerals look like? Do they look like rocks? Well, even though these minerals may look like rocks, rocks and minerals are actually very different from one another. For example, can you find the beautiful piece of purple amethyst? It does sort of resemble a rock, but its purple coloring and jagged crystal shape are very different from any rock you would find in your backyard or at the beach, isn't it? The amethyst and all the other minerals in the case are more complex in their shape and formation than rocks. Rocks are actually made of many minerals combined, kind of like a chocolate chip cookie, where each mineral is a different ingredient in the cookie. Some of the most common minerals found in rocks are quartz, feldspar, mica, and hematite. Can you find any of these in the case? Great! But if these minerals are not rocks, then just what are they? Well, like rocks, minerals are inorganic solids, which means that they are non-living objects. Each mineral has its own crystalline structure and a unique composition of elements. Look back at the jagged shape of the amethyst. This is the amethyst's crystalline structure, and the unique combination of elements in the amethyst is what makes the color purple. In fact, one of these elements is oxygen, just like the air we breathe. So, the unique shape and color of minerals defines them as a group. And these unique traits are also what makes each mineral different from the rest. Can you see how different the shapes and colors are in the minerals from the case? Now find a mineral called mica and look back at the amethyst. Can you spot all the differences? The almost goldish green color of the mica is very different from the deep purple of the amethyst, isn't it? The shape is different too, right? Instead of being jagged like the amethyst, the mica is made of a lot of really thin layers, just like a pile of papers. Can you see it? One other difference that you cannot see is the difference in hardness. The amethyst is really hard, kind of like an ordinary rock, but the mica is not as hard. It's kind of soft and flaky, actually. So, these features of color, shape, and hardness are the three factors used to identify each mineral in this case, and all of the other 4,000 on Earth. Sadly, identifying some minerals isn't as easy as what we just did in comparing the mica and amethyst. Most of the time, people who study minerals, called mineralogists, have to use a process called chemical analysis, where each element within the mineral sample is removed and tested separately. But the visual analysis we used is a great start in understanding what minerals are and how they are unique. And in doing this, we can learn more about the great Earth we live on. Don't you think so? Well, I hope you learned at least something about minerals, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of this great museum.